Okay, so we're back on the direct camera. So like I said, we're going to spectate a silver game and just kind of see how things go. And once again, it just looks like, yeah, my predictions probably, well, not predictions. It's like, if it go, what the hell? That's a weird invade. Did Singe take his skill yet, out of curiosity? No, he didn't. Okay. An easy start there, nothing going on really. So yeah, basically super easy hyper carries on this team versus a slightly more wonky team comp on this side. Pretty much, like, I mean, this is the case for most games of League of Legends, but I think the early game especially is going to tell us how this game is going to go. I'm pretty sure the lanes to watch are not bottom lane this game. It's largely how the jungle plays out. Largely how the jungle and top plays out, I'm going to say. Which I think actually Ryze should win this matchup, if I recall correctly. Like, I don't... Yeah, Ryze wins this one actually pretty hard, I think. Like, it's very difficult for Singe to engage on something like that. You ever want a caster for this kind of thing? I've been told I have a wonderful voice to listen to. Alright. Oh, you mean like a co-caster thing? Alright, Hot Seat Hero, thank you very much. I'll keep that in mind. This is the first time I've done this thing in like years, so, you know, I don't think I'm adequately prepared to set up a dual cast thing at the moment. I'm just kind of... And it's not even like a pure, like, shout casting thing in that sense. This is more just kind of like analysis, really. So, you know, I'm not going to be sitting here going, oh, hey, the big play's in the mid lane, and he presses the Q button, and things died. That's interesting. Quite interesting, actually. Wait a minute, did he skip blue? Rengar started that side and skipped blue. I wasn't paying attention to what happened, so this is just really weird. Whatever. Probably should have been looking at that then. I would have known exactly what the idea was there. You want to shout? Yeah, feel free to shout in your own house. That's all up to you. Bottom is actually gaining a bit of a CS lead, which is interesting. Top is actually going even so far. I don't know how that happened. Ryze isn't harassing enough just by like the couple seconds I've been looking here. He needs to be getting free autos off on every instant. Like, I know it's not a lot of damage, but you stand in an aggressive position and you get your autos off and he can't do anything about it. It forces him to back off, and if he doesn't back off, you can get your skills off him every once in a while too. So, and it's not like a teleport is burned in. He's at full HP. Like, this matchup is actually going to end up not so good unless you take advantage of this kind of thing early. And he's just pushed in, which is quite strange. Also, let's just move this up here. Dwarven voice? What? You have a Scottish accent? Really? Well, you were in the military or something, weren't you? You were like in the military in the UK? Alright, so let's focus back on the game a little bit. Yeah, really not a hell of a lot to say here. Like I said, we have to kind of really just wait for something to happen, I think, for us to get a good, clear picture of how this game is going to play out. Wow, this camera really likes to jump around a lot. Goddamn directed camera, you're making me dizzy. I might turn it off. Mid lane, I don't feel is like... Okay, that was interesting. Is he gonna... Yeah, he's just barely gonna live. That was a rather crazy play. Like, I don't know why he jumped in like that. There was no kill opportunity, and he was just purely risking himself. I think he just might have panicked. I don't know. It was weird. But, like, regardless of... That's a very slight advantage here, I imagine. But regardless, like, I don't think the game is going to focus around the mid lane, as I was saying earlier. Like, honestly, just based on purely on this matchup, assuming everything else went even, I think they could have won off top. This is a bit of a, I would say, a bit of a waste that they're not doing more with this. Master Yi really doesn't have to do much, or like it's great if he gets a gank off, but I wouldn't stress it. I'd say more pressure is on the Rengar to actually do something. Master Yi just needs to farm up and go apeshit. Like he'll go crazy on his own, whereas Rengar actually does need to get kills and stuff, which is their kind of, as I was saying, it's their primary win condition is get Rengar going apeshit. Gonna be seeing a lot of work. So, well, I imagine so, but. Have I ever been to Vancouver Island? Yeah, I have numerous times. Okay, so mid's pushed in. Actually, mid actually has a CS lead despite being forced back, although his ignite is down. You have a teleport right now. It's kind of interesting. Pop has teleport. Gets hooked just... whoa, hey, that was... That was a bit crazy there. Like, there's no way to predict that would happen, but if, in theory, if Thresh had reacted really quickly, he just could have hooked him in. Or not hooked him, just like flayed him in. Because I don't think he used the flay earlier, he just used the hook. I mean, I don't think it would have been a kill, it's been a nice bit of damage. That's a bit of an excessive use of mana there. Like, he's low anyway, I would have saved it and just auto-attack purely. Yeah, Master Yi's just farming up like he's supposed to. Rengar... Oh, he's going to get that one. Okay, that's good. So like I was saying, that's finally first blood. That's actually kind of surprising. I thought this game would have been a bit more bloody. But, yeah, that's, as I was saying, definitely what this team needs. They need to get Rengar going. Because everything, even otherwise, again, assuming, I think the advantage is pure team comp is on this side. Although, I don't know. Given disorganized play, I kind of like the Jing. Okay. That was... It's a good rocket, I don't quite understand the flash, but it's okay. Anyway, let's... Okay, Top is securing himself a slight lead in terms of CS. Like, a very slight. At least he's doing that. Even Sin should have pushed in. He's relatively safe. He knows who's the jungle, or Rengar. I guess he doesn't know where the Rengar is, so he's does actually need to be careful of that. But oh, he missed his root. Rise. What does he have actually in terms of items? No damage really yet, but he can. I would have gone in there, like right when Singed got actually a bit too close. If he'd gone in rooted, he would have had that shield, and he would have just like murdered. See, he wasted his shield right there. Oh, he gave him a chance. See, look at that. Like, that damage is just stupid. Like, all he has to do is keep exploiting that repeatedly. Had he gone in where I told him right there, it's a very minor thing. Like, the window of opportunity was not that big, but that was a kill, pretty sure. Or, at the very least, would have forced this guy to use his ult. Mid's still going, yeah, pretty even. Bottom's pretty even. Not a hell of a lot to say here. Hooked, but not a lot to do off that. Yeah, I don't think they could have done much off that. If they had forced it too hard, their support might have died if they'd been forced to, use a summoner or something. Okay, this is interesting. Using the ult. I don't think you're... This is... Yeah. Okay. Well, Master Yi has a kill too, right? Of course. Yeah, no, you don't want to do that on your own. That'll... That'll shit can you right there. Interesting. So he knows he's here by now because of the noise. He's barely gonna get out. No. See what Master Yi can do. Master Yi can... Okay. It looked like a bit of poor coordination there. If they'd gone a bit more ham, maybe they could have got something like traded a kill, but that's what I'm talking about here. It's going to revolve around the Rengar. Like, he presses his ult, and there's not a hell of a lot you can do. Like, he would have had to have pre-pink warded to like really get an idea of how to stop that. But with his summoners, we're down, right? Let me just double check. Yeah. Oh, he used his flash as well. Okay, he died anyway. Do I have pets? No, I do not have pets. So, yeah. Again, this guy just really needs to push his advantage when he has the opportunity to. Like, he can get the kill. He just gotta play with guts. And it's like, either he needs to confirm the Rengar isn't there, or at a certain point, just throw caution to the wind and just be like... Well, not throw caution, that's not right. Because again, like I was saying, if the match goes even, I do favor red side, but yeah, so here you go. Unfortunately, he didn't have his thing up. If he had set it up and gone in like that... Now, granted, if he had set it up, this guy might have noticed, he might not have, and just stayed away, but... Yeah, if you go in when that thing is up, it is singed or rise buff thing, it's ridiculous. So. How's item builds going out of curiosity? Rengar is doing that. Okay, it's very standard stuff, just kind of across the board. Nothing too weird here, so there's not a hell of a lot to say about that. There was no reason to go in there. Like, he knows he's alone. Rengar, does he have his ult? Where's the ult cooldown thing on the Rengar on this screen? Yeah, he has his ult. Okay. Let's just watch this, yeah. Rengar being Rengar. They knew the Rengar was nearby too, so I don't know why they tried to force that dragon. I should go on a bit hammer. Yeah, this guy needs to... They can do this, but they gotta man up a bit. Yeah, they're fine, they're fine. I'm not sure what... I wasn't really watching this guy here, so I'm not sure what he got distracted by, but... Oh, he was out of mana for the flay. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. He wanted to flame in a tower. Now, he wouldn't have killed regardless, because I'm pretty sure his ult is... Yeah, his ult is down. Like, even with his ult up, he might not have done anything. But, yeah, it looks like this match is starting to revolve around the Rengar. We'll see, though. It's like, it's not done, but blue team is initiating the, quote, win condition I was talking about. And Singed is doing, like, it's not so much what he's doing, it's, again, what the Rise isn't doing. But Singed is doing remarkably well considering the matchup, I think. So, like, he's slightly losing. Well, no, he has a kill and assist, so it's kind of whatever, I guess. Master Yi is farming up. Yeah, that was... So, again, let's get back to this. I don't know... I wasn't really looking around, like, too closely, but just... Okay, there's a kill there. It's a double kill? Yeah, I'm not sure what happened because I wasn't watching. Yo, that's too bad. Yeah, they can turn this around. They're fine, they got this. Yeah, Master, you went a bit too ham there. Like, he might be feeling the pressure, but... Like, he tried to make things happen. Like, it seems like he's going around trying to make things happen a bit too hard. Like, it looks like they're... Generally speaking, they weren't winning. What they probably should have done as a team is cooled things off a bit. Because, like, as I was saying, they don't have to win early to win. Like, they should outscale. So, as I was saying about this, like, that dragon was a really weird push for it. Like, they knew everyone was around. There was basically no reason to force the issue like that. Even if it wasn't a matter of team comp and just sort of, again, blue team's win condition, like, it was just, people were in the area, so... Needlessly risky to me. What are you guys talking about? I'm going to get you to draw me a picture? I don't know. Oh, that, what the hell? Okay, Singed committing suicide by Rise. It's not good. Again, like, Rise wasn't, like, didn't have much going for him, but... Oh, here comes Rengar. Pressing the Rengar button. So fair. So this lane is pushing in. Yeah, even bottom's winning, so... Here comes the Master Yi. If he, yeah, okay, yeah, that's correct. Don't try and bait him in the trap because he'll just alpha strike over you. Or rather, over the trap. Yeah, so how much do you have to donate for art? I don't know. And technically, if I do art for commission, that makes me a professional artist, and I can write that down on my resume or something. That was a very weird challenge. I'm not sure why Thresh stuck around there. I think it was just a straight up mistake. I wasn't really looking here, but I don't think it bears too much commenting. Like, that was just I don't know. It was strange. Singed at least is keeping up on farm though. So he's not shut down. That's good, as I keep saying. Coming this way. Okay, burns a heal. I don't think he needed to burn a heal there. I think he was out anyway, but I mean, I guess it was safe. If he ate an extra auto and then wasn't able to dodge a rocket or something, he might have been in a bit of trouble, but I think he was okay in that instance. A bit over lettuce. Well, that's the thing. Lettuce is sold art as well. I mean, I wouldn't be unique in that aspect. That's quite interesting what he was doing there. This might end up working for him because Rengar's stupid, but that was a really big risk on this guy's part. Like, he got away with it because, like, Rengar is just ridiculous at the moment. Like, it's one of those instances where it was a dumb play, but it worked. And it really, really shouldn't have. Because he didn't have any idea. Like, it's not like there's wards here or anything. Like, he didn't know that there were actually 3 people there, I don't think, able to just do that. So, yeah, huge advantage off of... Like, it's a really unfortunate thing for the blue team, because they might think that was a good idea, and it would maybe, like, reinforce sort of, I think, bad habits. But they kind of got away with murder there, I think. Because had things turned out just very slightly differently, had Master Yi arrived a bit sooner and actually been like slightly stronger than he was, and Rengar been a bit slower, that could have turned around kind of badly. Actually, that would have been like maybe a double kill or something for the Master Yi. So I mean, risks are not a bad thing, but I would say solo risks that like slowly trickle your team in at this point are not really worth it. But yeah, I mean, like at this point, everyone's just snowballing. It kind of feels like it was a really actually good or well-paced game early with nothing happening for a long time. And I think just things got a bit crazy and then people didn't adapt to them. So I mean, this actually resembles solo queue quite a bit, where people... I mean, it's not quote-unquote tilt. That's not the right term for it, but it's a general idea where things kind of get frantic. And I think the game is... Well, it's yeah, very obviously is sort of snowballed all the point... snowballed out of kind of control. Now, one really, really bad team fight, and someone does something stupid, then like Master Yi gets a bunch of kills. Again, you know, the game's not done yet, but it's going to require a rather pretty specific condition for purple, you know, red side to come back. So, I mean, a 20-minute surrender I don't think would be out of line at this point. But, again, they do have the team comp to come back. There's Rengar doing Rengar things. Again, really kind of getting away with murder there because he's a fed Rengar. But again, part of the game is to recognize what you can get away with. Like, that wasn't out of line crazy, not for a Rengar anyway. Like, honestly, if I was Rengar, I would have done the same thing. He's spitting jungle mobs out. Interesting. Now, staying here is... Yeah, they can get this. They've got, like, good siege and poke and stuff. Okay, they're not going to decide... Yeah. Honestly, like, they wouldn't have taken the tower anyway, so backing off. If they were gonna back off, they probably should have backed up a bit earlier. It's not the biggest mistake ever. If they were gonna stay, maybe get a little bit more damage and back off, but basically they kind of got the worst of both worlds there. Again, not a huge issue, just a very, very minor nitpick that doesn't matter, but they should have kind of committed to one plan or another there. At the very least, they were sort of grouped up anyway. Why is Pawnce being a caster? Because I felt like... Well, I'm not even a caster. This is more just general analysis and seeing if, like... I guess to an extent, if my theory is going to play out in terms of how this game is. And already it has. So, fair warning, I'm pretty sure at the end of this game I'm just going to start bragging. Like, Pawnce was exactly right. There were two conditions under which this game would probably win. And one of them has to be right because... Well, not has to be. It has to be one of them. So Rengar boosted. Rengar pressing the Rengar button. Like, he's actually one of the things in the game right now that I think needs changing. Like, there's a reason I was able to accurately predict why that happened. And it's not the hardest thing. I'm not saying, oh, Pawnce is a genius, look at all the shit he figured out. Like, you know, that's what Rengar does. He gets fed, and then he presses some buttons, and everyone, like, or, like, a button, and then everyone dies. I don't think it's, like... I don't think he's completely out of line in just probably, like, a general sense. He's more in terms of how solo queue plays out, he's out of line sense. Because, I mean, ultimately you do have to take into consideration the realities of how the game plays out. Singed is... I don't know why he was standing there. Like, that was really weird. Like, it's not like he has any kind of crazy engagement. And it's not like he had any backup either, and he doesn't really have any damage. So even if someone had walked into him, he wouldn't have gotten anything out of it, especially since there was like 2 people there. So I mean, at that point, like, I don't know how serious they're playing this, but like, there was literally nothing that could... Oh, that was not so good. Like, they might again get away with it, but they really shouldn't. Yeah, like, here's the thing, like, you guys aren't Rengar. They went even for that. That could have gone very easily a lot worse. Like, that was best case scenario for blue team. Like, they're winning, but you're not... Like, those 2 guys, like, on their own are not winning hard enough to do that, I don't think. Okay, he got rooted midair, like the one condition that doesn't happen. Did he have flash, just out of curiosity? Oh, he had flash. I think he could have actually probably... Yeah, if he had flashed after that, he might have gotten the kill. But I'm not entirely certain, so it might not have worked. He maybe didn't want to waste his cooldown on an uncertain. For Og doing weird things. Let's quick wall. Nothing is going on in game. What did you think of my Shyvana last game? I like being praised. You snowballed in a custom game. Like, there's no praise to be had here. He... Alright. See, I looked away to answer a question. I'm not sure what happened there. So yeah, I'm gonna guess Master Chief probably just was doing something desperate. Or maybe he got caught. I don't know. Where's Rengar? That's what this fight is going to revolve around. Where's Rengar? Rengar can... Yeah, he can kill right there. Does he have his ult? He has his ult. Pretty sure they knew everyone was there. That was a free kill for Rengar. Now this guy might have his root back. We'll see. You just want to burn it? Alright, well, there's a free kill. They're gonna go for Sneaky Dragon. They don't actually see this, I don't think, do they? No, you guys lapsed on ward control. He's probably gonna die for this, but... Oh, actually, let me... Yeah. 1 for 1. Okay, not bad for the Master Chief. But yeah, at this stage... There's really no reason... Like, I expect this is probably going to drag on. Well, not necessarily expect, but generally understanding how games tend to go, this is going to drag out needlessly for a bit. At this point, even though they're a team that does feed off of chaos, they are ahead enough that they could just kind of push in and take a major objective really quickly. So yeah, I don't feel like there's a hell of a lot to say at this point. Like, it's just, the game is, I think, just going to drag on, and either blue team will do something really crazy and throw, like, and get in a really bad fight, or they'll just kind of slowly win. Or maybe they'll surprise me and actually just kind of group up and take a major objective in the game. What is Rengar doing? Is he AFK? Rengar's AFK or something, so they need to watch out with those guys there. Something happened here. Alright, so Rengar's gonna decide to be Rengar now. He's gonna go down. Oh, he's saved by the Tahm Kench. Good job, Tahm Kench, yeah. That's exactly what he needs to do. Just Tahm Kench needs to keep the Rengar alive after he does insane shit. So his optimal mode of play, as it were. What is Rengar doing? He's just hovering around. They should get this. Is it the correct thing to push in at this stage? Yeah, they either need to, like, push straight in. What are you guys doing here? That's weird. Singed is wasting time doing something. Like, he shouldn't be doing that. Because Master Yi's just going to keep pushing. Like, they either need to push, like, in hard and take an inhib immediately, or stop Master Yi. Like, people can't hover around and kind of, like, half-ass between the two options. But that was a bit of a lack of commitment there, but, again, not entirely unexpected. That's generally how these things play out. So I would say in this instance, actually, Master Yi is doing the correct thing. Like, he could, like, his team could get caught out for it really hard, but at this level of play, I mean, generally, really almost at any level of play, people, or most levels of play, people lack commitment. Like, split pushing, especially when a team is behind like this, I think is their best option. You know, and this is coming from a guy who hates split pushing, but I don't think they're going to win a team fight, so yeah, just splitting and causing confusion and basically making the enemy team think and have to go, oh, do we go in now or do we have to back? Typically, you know, people, unless they have one very decisive person on their team, are not going to make the right answer. Unfortunately, looks like, wow, actually Master Yi's pretty strong. He's not going to get the kill here. This is going to be like 1 or 2 ticks away. That's surprisingly strong. That's good. He doesn't have. He actually has the most farm on. Well, he's tied for most farm on his team. So yeah, Master Yi sort of at least giving him a glimmer of hope, because yeah, it looks like, I don't know if the Rengar screwed that up. He probably did. Like, he might have gone in overconfident or something, but yeah, Master Yi certainly has a turnaround potential. Just Rise despite being strong would be kind of suicidal to go in against 3 there, so they can't hold that. Ooh, that's good. Very lucky. He might die anyway. Yeah, I was a bit overconfident. She didn't have backup. They pinged to get that, which was the right choice, but it looks like those two were the only two. They were the only two that made the right choice, I guess. So that was, you know, it was ultimately the incorrect thing. Like, if no one follows you up, it is the wrong choice. You always got to watch for that. I don't know why he's using his ult like that. Oh, Master Yi, I don't know about that one. Okay, he gets the hell out. Not the biggest deal, but he did just lose his ult there. That was interesting. I think he spat the thing out there again, didn't he? Oh, there's the Ashe pick. Is it going to be enough? No, that's actually a really good counter to that. I actually didn't account for that early on. I was talking about the Ashe Lux picks. Yeah, I suppose that doesn't really bear commenting on Rengar being unfair again. But yeah, that's actually a really good counter to that. Is it off cooldown? Yeah, it is. I'm not sure why they're dancing around here like this. Like, this is a really weird split push. They could just easily take down one, like, objective together, but again, it's what I was talking about. There's just kind of this lack of cohesion, almost. I don't know what his cooldowns were, so... Oh, you walked into that guy. Are you gonna get away with it? Yeah, you're gonna get away with it, sort of. Sort of. Not worth it to go even when you're ahead. But I guess it was a distraction. The alternative would have been to, you know, just group up and all take that in a very easy sense. Oh, what's happening here? That's probably a Master Yi. That's a kill, regardless. He screwed that up pretty hard. He used his Alpha Strike a bit incorrectly, but... Rengar, just going to do Rengar thing. Actually, yeah, that actually did end up costing him if he had just used the Alpha Strike slightly more effectively. And he ended up getting caught in a trap, and I think he like screwed up his auto there because he wasn't attack moving or something, but... It forced him to use his Alpha Strike. Well, not forced him, but he used his Alpha Strike a bit awkwardly, and it didn't get the kill as fast, so Rengar shows up and, you know, does that. Now, he may have stuck around anyway and gotten killed by the Rengar regardless, but... Wasn't already following me. Well, NLPKNA, thank you very much for the follow. I do appreciate that. We're going over here. Baron happening. Yeah, I would just bait the fight. And if they don't show up, just take it. No. Rengar being Rengar. Like, this... It's a really shitty situation for Red Team to be in at the moment. Like, if they don't show up, they just take Baron. But if they show up, yeah, Rengar's just going to jump on you. And there's not a hell of a lot that can be done if he's got, like, someone, like, body blocking for him, like with the Ash Arrow, like that. Or body blocking the Ash Arrow. So they should grab this pretty easily. This is a bit silly. Like, it works out because they're so far ahead, but there was absolutely no reason to push in that far like that. That could have been a turnaround. But, again, it works out, but... They were going into kind of a very, I would say, questionable situation, or Master Yi, they were giving Master Yi an opportunity, which was, at this stage, literally the only chance they had. But it doesn't matter, like, you know, 2 inhibs down, Baron up. Just would have been a bit more clean had they, you know, waited for the actual backup. Alright, so, yeah, the game basically played out, again, I had 2 predictions. It was either Master Yi and... to a lesser extent, Rise go apeshit, and they have good picks, which we saw a couple times, but yeah, that was the one thing I didn't account for, Tahm Kench. Tahm Kench countering the pick really hard. But then again, the Ashe pick is better when it's just like kind of an individual or like 2 people pick. But anyway, or, you know, the only win condition for this team, assuming everything else going purely equally, Rengar going apeshit, and yeah, if Rengar went apeshit, and again, like at that point, this champion, he's not well designed for how essentially games play out. I'm not saying he's horrendously overpowered and the most, you know, the worst thing ever, but generally it's not a fair play style. He gets fed, he uses his ult, and you die, barring very, very specific conditions. There was a time when Kazakhs did everything better. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Rengar and Kazakhs have gone through a number of balance changes. What can we have done with Rengar that fed? It's difficult because if you huddle like schoolfish, or like a school of fish, you basically, you're probably not going to win because, well, it depends what they do, I guess. I guess your hope would have had to have been group up, like completely, don't give Rengar a pick opportunity ever, and hope for picks. Like, hope that they try and split push and then pick people off with an Ashe ult or something like that. But at the same time, if they push into you as a group, they're just stronger at this point. But I guess it would have been better than getting picked off. But then again, at the same time, you know, the Ash, or not the Ash, the Master Yi splitting and then just kind of like getting farm was, I would say, another realistic option. But I don't know, I'm sort of contradicting myself at this point because they were both options. But again, it was a really difficult situation. So yeah, just kind of group up and always have immediate CC for Rengar. And it has to be immediate CC, otherwise he gets in and does his damage is the problem. So I don't. It was a really rough situation, I would say, especially since the Rise didn't actually win top lane. Like he went more or less even. But even at that stage, I was talking about that a lot earlier, and it kind of fell off the radar simply because it sort of that whole thing petered out and never went anywhere. And at that stage, it was the Rengar show. So. All right. Well, that was the thing. Could have not walked into the door. Wait, who are you? Oh, you were the Ash? No, like, yeah, that was a really rough situation at Baron. Again, it was like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. I guess, like you could either sit in the base and wait for a slow defeat or try and do something. Because, again, there was very little you could, well, I guess you could, like, pink ward hop your way there to ensure that the Rengar never actually gets to you. But, yeah, Rengar's basically going to get to you is the thing, so. I should have gotten... Oh, yeah, actually, I stopped looking at items after a while. Let's take a look at that. Against their team, yeah, I would have gotten Frozen Heart, I agree. Do draft next time, maybe? Yeah, I could probably do that.